Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2021 love reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details on that. And for those of you who are new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, this is what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And we'll look at the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person. If you feel like it should be the other way around, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the King of Staves. So this is actually King of Wands energy, which is Leo. And so for some of you, I feel like this is saying that you might have had a really strong attraction for this person, but I would say, at least for the majority of you, I feel like you might not have acted on it. And the reason why I say that is, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, when we think of Leo season, we're thinking of the peak of summer, right? And then here we see like all those trees, they don't seem to have any leaves on them or anything. So I feel like this is saying for some of you, you might have had that attraction there. Maybe you wanted to move toward them, but for whatever reason, you might have held back. For some of you, this could even be pointing to that Virgo full moon that we're about to have, given that this is a reading for March. So even though that's just about to happen, since it's in a past position for a March reading, could just be saying that you might have actually made a move toward the person during the Virgo full moon. Past energy on their side, we have the Wheel in reverse. So this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter energy. And this could just be saying a few different things. Given that we see multiple women on the card, it could just be saying that, with it in reverse, they might have been narrowing down their options. So if they were someone who was casually dating a few different people, they might have actually been narrowing down those options. And for some of you, that might have been what held you back a little bit from moving toward them, because you might have saw them as someone who had multiple options. So you might have, been like, I don't know if I could take this person seriously. But yeah, and then if this is outside of that, it could just be saying that they might have been a bit down on their luck in the past, so they might have been just putting more focus to that. So for example, let's say if their finances weren't in order, they might have been putting more energy into that area of life, just as a generic example. That's what I see there. And in the present position on your side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is actually Pisces energy here, which is actually where the sun is, and your ruler Venus is also in Pisces. So could just be pointing to that, saying that you're feeling that energy. But also with the Knight of Cups, or Prince of Cups as it is in this deck, usually represents that actual energy of coming forward with an emotional offer. So this could just be saying that now, in the past, you might have stalled a little bit as far as expressing your feelings for this person for whatever reason. But now it looks like in the present, you're actually ready to move toward them and express yourselves. And of course, since that's Pisces energy as far as the timeline goes, for some of you it might take until the Pisces new moon, which will be around the middle of March. All right, and present energy on their side, we have the Devil. So this is Capricorn energy. So this could just be saying on the one hand that they might have still a heavy sexual attraction towards you. That's one way of looking at it. But again, for others of you, it could also just be saying that they might still be putting a lot of energy and focus into their work. So for those of you who are, like I said, if they had some financial difficulties that they were focused on, it could just be saying that they're really focused on career right now, which isn't to say that they wouldn't receive your offer well. It could just be saying that that's where their focus has been. But I also see this, like I said, pointing back to the level of attraction too. So they might have a high level of attraction toward you. So something tells me if you did come forward to them, they would actually respond well. All right, and in the future position, we have the King of Coins. So this is actually Taurus energy. So given that this is the court card that represents your energy in the future, it looks like it's saying that whatever this is, looks like you're going to gain a lot of confidence in yourselves, feel a lot more like you're in your zone. So I don't know if it's just by, you finally expressing yourself to this person, you finally feel like that weight's off your chest, right? And then it looks like I said, it looks like they definitely have a heavy attraction toward you. So most likely that would go well. Trying to think if anything else comes to mind with this. And if nothing else, if this is even just saying that energetically, your attraction toward this person might have had you feeling a little bit out of sorts, given that we see the fire and then the cups energy here, and then finally returning to that pentacle energy, which is what your natural energy is. Could just be saying that that's another outcome of that as well. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Fool. So yeah, for me, I feel like this is still pointing to what I was feeling here, where like I said, maybe this person was someone who did have multiple options in the past, but it looks like they've been working on narrowing those down. And then with the Fool energy, to me, that's saying that they're putting that behind them for the majority of you, saying that they're done with that phase and now they're ready for a fresh start. Now, I do have to say, to be fair, given that their body language in this spread is they're walking away from the card on your side. For some of you, it could just be saying that they would want a fresh start altogether and not with you. But for the majority of you, just looking at the spread as a whole, I feel like it's saying that that's really primarily what it's pointing to. If they were someone who was more of someone who just casually date and wouldn't really take connection seriously, if it looks like you're trying to move that forward with them, it looks like they would actually take that chance. All right, the bottom of the deck. On your side, we have Strength, so more Leo energy here, interestingly enough. So maybe some of you might have some significant Leo placement in your chart as well. But if nothing else, this in some decks, the Strength card is actually referred to as Lust. So I feel like this is also saying, like we see the Devil on their side, that you have a heavy attraction toward this person as well. And again, it could also represent some restraint in some regards too. So same thing I was feeling there. Like I said in the past, you might have felt that heavy attraction toward them as well, but you might not have acted on it. It's not really anything significant going on in Leo as far as astrologically speaking, so I don't really see it pointing to that. But either way, looks like, if we look at the artwork there, it looks like two people moving together, moving forward, right, with that heavy attraction. So that's what I see there. And then on their side, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy here. So yeah, for some of you, this can point to some significance around the Virgo full moon. Maybe there's some communication there, some expression of feelings there that gets this moving forward. Now, I will say with the Eight of Pentacles in traditional tarot represents putting in the work towards something, right? And then here we see the guy there presenting a rose, and then the woman looks a little bit indifferent, so they're still together, but it could be one of those things where for some of you, they might feel like, they want you to put in some more work, or for others of you, like I said, if this is something that they've had to overcome as far as if they were the type that would, date multiple people and now they're just actually moving toward being more of the commitment type, they could just be saying that that's them putting in that work as well. So I could see that playing out either way. All right, so moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from Aqua Moonlight deck. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, but I'm actually just going to be looking for jumpers here. So first I'll look for unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. If I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just move on to the next Oracle deck. But sometimes we get extra messages here. So we'll see if we get anything. All right, nothing there. So next I'll see if we get any from them to you. Oh, got one there. Okay. So, let's see what it says. All right. So we have planning. There we go. It says, I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. So interesting. So yeah, for a lot of you, that really could be what it was with this person. It could just be saying that in the past they might have been the type that was a lot more casual and open when it came to relationships, and so maybe they were just in that phase. And then, like I said, with the devil in the present, and then seeing the fool, which represents that fresh start energy, right? And we even see like the two people in the background there, and he's like just walking by that. So for somebody, that could be what it is. Like I said, where maybe they were the type that were a lot more casual when it came to dating, and now they're actually making the steps in their lives that they need to actually be that type of partner that you would need for a more steady, reliable commitment. So hopefully that resonated with you. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. I did pre-shuffle this one as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. All right, so I'm actually just going to put the deck down for a bit and give me a few seconds to tune in, and we'll just pull a card. Okay, go with this one. All right, so we have Loyal Heart, and there's the artwork. The number on it is 35. So we'll see what it has to say. Okay, it says fidelity, loyalty, devotion. The Oracle's message: evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. So, pretty positive message there. And again, like I said, with the loyalty thing, I will say for the majority of you, I don't feel like this was someone that you were actually in a committed relationship with at any point in the past, but it looked like there was attraction there. And again, maybe you were someone that they did casually date for a bit, but I feel like this is again pointing to what I was saying, that it looks like they're actually putting in that work to actually be ready for a stable commitment. All right, the relationship message says your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. So, pretty positive message there as well. So, yeah, like I said, it just looks like primarily I feel like this is more of the energy that this person's experiencing, where they're going through that growth cycle, and it looks like they will be ready for a commitment in the near future. So, hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.